If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC24, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC24 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Okay guys, so we have a new evolution to check out. The reason why I'm doing the evolution video right now is because the servers are completely screwed up right now. I'm not even kidding. I go into games, I have disconnected from 5 different ones, and one game I disconnected from literally gave me the L. So it was the first one, and then the other ones, you go into the game and then it kicks you out, right? And the worst thing is when you get that L and then you go right back into the servers, no problem, right? So that's how you know they're messed up. That and the gameplay is completely shocked, but when isn't it, right? Anyways, today guys, we have the new evolution to check out. It is for the Bundesliga. So you can do a bunch of evolutions for a lot of the lower rated cards, and you can turn them into significantly better players, right? So this evolution is a free one, right? So for people that, again, when they drop these sort of evolutions, they're really dropping it for people that are kind of like just getting into the game, and they kind of want to just give them meta cards that are competent to be used in the current meta of the game if they haven't really been improving the cards in a certain way, right? Because I don't think you can use this evolution towards other cards, but I could be wrong. I have to check out what the options could potentially be, right? So with this upgrade, you get chip shots and press proven. Honestly, press proven is like it's probably one of the most important play styles to get nowadays, just to be able to move properly in this game. So the fact that press proven is now a thing that you can get as a regular, I think is important. You also get first touch plus, which is definitely great. And then you get technical plus and pinged pass, which, to be fair, I think all of that is incredibly helpful to work with, to be honest with you, right? So we already have some of the more popular options here that are trending. I'm assuming, what is this one? Is this from like new evolutions from that one? And then what about the other one? Is that from like the regular? Unleashing potential first into Bundesliga team of the season. Okay, so there's a couple of chained evolutions that you could potentially do, right? But Goretzka, guarantee you any money in this entire world, this card's going to be extinct on the market. He's just going to be extinct 100%. Yeah, so 0 coins for him. Why is he extinct? Because when you give this card a shadow chemistry style, first of all, he's a lengthy player. Defensive stats massively increased when it comes to dribbling. As a midfielder, he's set up pretty nicely as well. Now, in comparison to his new card does have, in my opinion, better play styles, especially the Intercept Plus. I think that's like a really, really big one to work with. But with this Goretzka card, right, he is a shadow chemistry style player. You got the pace, you got the defense on it. Play styles wise, he has a bunch of really good ones, right? So this is like a really, really incredibly cheap alternative for Bundesliga midfielders, especially if you're kind of getting into the team of the season right now. You're packing certain players to link them up with certain players to kind of use them, because this Goretzka card looks really, really solid. Honestly, he's probably going to be like the most popular choice just because he has the right play styles, and all the links that you would have to work with him is kind of crazy too, right? You have a card like Tello as well that you can further improve to be a really good player now. This card I could see maybe some people having, depending on if they've been improving him at a certain point, because there's a bunch of older evolutions here that maybe people kept in their squads, and now you can put them into like a better one, right? So Trailblazer Striker into Centurion Striker into Bundesliga team of the season gives you a pretty significantly improved version of the Tell card. With this card, I think you give him like an obvious Maestro chemistry style, right? I think it's important to increase his reactions to be as high as possible while working with good pace, good shooting, passing stats in a better area. He has decent physical capabilities because he's got a 90 for strength. You just have to be mindful of the fact that he is a physical type attacker. So maybe that part of it could be annoying from time to time when it comes to like the left stick specifically. But he could also be very good, right? Because this card has been given press proven, right? Which obviously could help out a lot considering the fact that he is a physical type attacker. He's got power header, pinged pass, technical, first touch. So first touch plus to work with a press proven is incredibly helpful. So he could be significantly better to use in the game nowadays, right? Especially with those sort of improvements. So not too bad there when it comes to Tell. We have Brian here, who we didn't know it was going to be like this, right? Like, to be honest, we didn't know if there was going to be like an evolution on this card and you can further improvement to this, because during that time period, they were giving playstyle pluses on these cards that made them physical oriented. And it's like, these are not physical oriented cards to receive these sort of playstyles. But this card does look significantly better. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a little bit of a letdown that he is a 3-star, 5-star player, right? You got to have minimum 4-star, 4-star, but at least a 5-star in one of the things too. I think that's a very important thing to mention, because in this game right now, you kind of need players to be as close to top tier meta as possible from their card's existence, right? You want it to be as high as possible, right? But this card, again, doesn't look too bad on a marksman. I think increasing his dribbling is nice, the shooting as well, the physicality to be in a better area. Not necessarily a horrible choice, but 3-star, 5-star at this point, a little bit cooked there, I would say, right? There is a rare gold version of Kingsley Coman, who, in comparison to his SBC card, gets these improvements. Shooting is better than the SBC, yeah, but you give a chemistry style anyways. This card, 94, 95. Yeah, it's a little strangely formatted, because you'd probably still give him a hunter, I would say. But for Kingsley Coman, he's gonna be extinct too, I think. Yeah, because rare gold Kingsley Coman, 5-star, 4-star, cheaper alternative to the card that people might not have, right? Playstyles wise, he's got first touch plus technical, which is important for him because his dribbling does feel a certain way, but you're also giving him the press proven. Honestly, I could see this card being better than the SBC. I mean, and it's a free evolution, which is kind of crazy. Because those playstyles in the dribbling department, I think, is a really, really big deal in regards to making him, you know, feel more responsive in game, kind of feel a little bit more usable, right? Because on that birthday, like, obviously, he is a 5-star, 5-star player, which definitely adds to it for sure. I'm not going to say that it doesn't, but I'd rather my player's left stick feel a little bit better, and this card does have that, right? So he's got quick step and rapid to work with that as well. So yeah, no, that card looks like it could potentially be better than the SBC, and the SBC was pretty up there in price. I think it was like 600k, something like that, right? Donny Malon gets a new card as well, unleashing potential into Bundesliga Team of the Season. This card is a 4-star, 5-star player, so not too bad there, right? Physical type attacker. As you guys know, in the beginning of the year, or not the beginning, but there was a certain point in the year where there was an evolution Malon that people basically couldn't get because his card was extinct on the market. Very hard to snipe, right? You know, he now has a different variation on this card, who is a 4-star, 5-star player, right? Just remember that there is the Team of the Season that currently exists as well. However, this card is a 4-star, 4-star player, went down in price quite a bit, I'm assuming because of the whole leak with the evolution card. So from the rare gold Malon, he's gonna potentially be extinct on the console, potentially 9.6 10k, so he could be extinct. I haven't actually checked out myself in game, but yeah, he doesn't look like a bad option, right? As a physical type attacker, you know, finisher, chemistry style, I would say, or yeah, finisher, because I mean, he's physical oriented, so you kind of want to improve his dribbling to be as high as possible, in my opinion. But again, not a horrible choice to go with, right? You have a card like Grimaldo. I mean, honestly, if you are going to get a Grimaldo card, probably more ideal to get like the Team of the Season version, because the playstyles are cool for this one if you have more of the intention of using him as like a center mid. But the Team of the Season version has Anticipate Plus, Rapid Plus, and the I think that's the Ping's Pass. Yeah. Oh my god, I remember the passing playstyles because I always get them confused from like the picture, right? But yeah, no, he has Ping's Pass. The card has shooting capabilities, blah, 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 right? So I think that in comparison, I mean, the price difference is obviously really crazy, but it kind of makes sense for the certain playstyles that he has. But this card still looks pretty good too, right? Like, it's not bad whatsoever. I mean, it's a card, again, for a cheaper alternative. You know, if you gave him the anchor chemistry style, you have good pace, you have good defense, good physicality as well. So you really can't go wrong with those differences as well, right? It definitely adds to the card too. Good passing capabilities as well. Florian WZ, With words, again, I'd probably say to get to team of the season as much as possible. Like, the thing is that this card, his dribbling is in the 90s area, right? I'm not against that whatsoever. But this card you would have to test out in game because, to be fair, the playstyle pluses and the playstyles in general that they gave him are pretty nice, right? First touch plus, technical plus with a press proven would work because the card has an average and normal, average and normal body type, right? So you do have to work with that when it comes down to like just using him in a general sense, right? So with the dribbling, it could be a little bit better, right? It could be a little bit better because you're not working with that average body type as much when it comes to like that physical feel on the card, right? Naby gets a card too. Honestly, usually with this guy, he's kind of cooked as well. Could be decent, to be fair, you know, on a Hunter chemistry style to boost the pace, shooting. You are working with 90s for dribbling. And again, with this evolution, you do get the right improvements in regards to the dribbling department because he gets first touch plus, technical plus, and a press proven. So his left stick might not be as bad to work with, right? So I would really look into cards like this because normally when it comes down to like base mechanics of the card, if they have like, well, in his case, he's unique, but you guys know that his body type is more physical oriented. It's usually cooked, right? But that's a risk that you have to be willing to take in regards to like the improvements you could potentially get on the card because with Naby, he's usually like not super crazy, right? It just depends on the situation. Girassi, if you completed the Player of the Month card, you now have this version that you can do where if you gave him the engine chemistry style as a physical type attacker, he's usable. I probably wouldn't go down that route if I'm being completely honest, but let's see what else we have here in regards to like some of the more popular choices, right? There's gonna be some sentimental cards here that are chilling in there, right? Emre Can could potentially be a decent one, but I'm pretty sure he has like a weird pace split, right? Acceleration, sprint speed. Definitely has a different split, but he's trending as well for people that are working with the German Bundesliga links for the most part, right? Some decent defensive play styles too, right? But some of the stuff that he's given may not be as relevant on him compared to, you know, some of the other cards, right? But there are a few different options that you could potentially work with when it comes down to this evolution. You get players like Upamecano and stuff, but these play styles that they give players like Upamecano, it's not as relevant, right? Like he needs the playstyle pluses that's more relevant for him actually being a defender, right? But yeah, like there's Costano and stuff, right? But these are all defenders. I think with the playstyles, like you would have to potentially use them as like an actual fullback, a midfielder, or attacker, because you kind of want that responsiveness, in my opinion, more in those specific areas, right? But if you go back and check out some of your older cards, like if you check out this Dina Ibembe card, he obviously gets a pretty significant improvement from that Future Stars card as well. So if you want to use a card like this, you could, right? Not necessarily a horrible choice, right? When it comes to how he could generally perform as well. But yeah, the top choices, they make the most sense. I think Goretzka being the card that is trending the most, I think he's the one that definitely makes the most sense for popularity, because the improvements that they give him as a physical oriented midfielder with the dribbling capabilities, some defensive play styles chilling there as well, it looks pretty decent, right? But we'll basically call it there for the evolution. I think the list kind of makes sense for how the cards could potentially be. Like Brian, Coman, maybe these cards get significantly better dribbling, right? Even the Tell card, because this is like a dribbling play style being added to a lot of these cards, and it definitely makes that difference for how they can move in game. Because honestly, after this patch, like giving press proven and relentless and all that kind of stuff, it adds to them a lot. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.